Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is MegaShadowFist, and welcome back to VA-11 Hall A Cyberpunk Bartender action. It's been a full... it's been a full week. A little over a full week, actually, since the most recent episode went live because of silence, quiet hours during finals week and everything. But now that all that is over, I've returned to my parents' house and everything, and for winter break. So we can go ahead and continue. I hope that you guys are happy. It's been a while. I'm a little out of my element. I had to go back to the previous episode just to make sure that I could find out where we last left off, because I kind of forgot. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and go to load and go over slot 2, it looks like. And without further ado, I will be right back. Okay, and I am back 8 minutes later. It shouldn't have taken 8 minutes, but I made 2 mistakes because I was like rushing through things, and I wasn't really paying attention to the dialogue to see what I was supposed to make, and yeah. Anyway, so this is the line that we last left off on. So, I felt like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want one. I'm asking for one for me. Adding one to your order. Oh, that right. Focus, Joe, focus! It's not 31st yet, stop worrying! Anyway, so, the beer, I already have memorized, so it's alright. One of the 2 recipes that I have memorized besides the Piano Man. And stop, there we go, that's 1 beer. Let's make another one. So, how have you guys been? For those of you, for those of you who only watch VA-11, how have you been? Because it's been quite some time, I imagine. 1, 2, stop. There we go, 2 beers. I imagine it's been quite some. I feel really out of it. I don't know why, or do I? Anyway, let's go and continue. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. Oh, right, okay. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You know that again this year. They were all asking, "Where's Say? Where's Say?" Why do they call you just Say when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry, I had to leave. Sorry, I had to leave. But Mom worked overtime that night. I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were fireworks and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little girl managed to get his head in a paw inside before getting stuck. And it was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fella was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Sunday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than depressing myself with my dad's vows about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How's the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses, ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food is ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. I believe it's a promo drink, but is it also classy? Let me see. By type, promo drink, the Piano Man. It is not also. I've asked this several times. I believe we'll go with the Brandtini. You can never go wrong with the classic Brandtini. If I do say so myself, which I do, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you do as well, because if you don't, well, I don't know what to say. My butt really is like, ugh. So I'm back at my parents' house, so I have to, like, I don't have, like, the nice comfy chair that came with my dorm room. I have this really weird chair, and it hurts. It's like, ah! And I also did, like, some recording for, like, a VA group that I was with earlier before I started this, so I've been sitting on here for, like, a couple hours. And it's just like, ah, for a second. Yeah, don't worry about it. All aged and mixed. 1, 2, stop. No, the color did. Yeah, the color. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and serve. And this isn't going to affect you guys, but it's affecting me. Like the color, like on my screen, kind of got duller. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Let's go ahead and serve. Something classy.
Yep, this is the thing.
Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday.
This Sunday? Did you tell her about the party earlier?
No, I mean the party you guys had.
Oh yeah! Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th.
Really?
There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story and somehow she got into her head that being born on the 25th, she was a spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy.
That's interesting.
She got over it, but the gifting stuck to her.
Spiritual reincarnation? But isn't Mega Santa a reincarnation of regular Santa Claus?
Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. Yeah, so that she thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid.
Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old ways. Okay. That's probably not something that I would have brought up, but okay. I'd like to know more about this. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something.
Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried. But I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore.
Expected as much, told her as much.
Hey, can you get me something bubbly?
I think I know just the drink, actually. Sure. Okay, so, let's see. A bubbly drink. The bubbly's not a flavor. It is a flavor, actually. But, right. I keep thinking... I don't know why I keep making this mistake, and I never learn from it. I keep thinking that bubbly... When I think of bubbly, I mean, like, I think of, like, a bubbly personality, like, really bright and happy, but it's not quite the same thing. We'll make a French Weaver. Actually. That should do the trick. I believe it's like 1A, 9K, and is it on the rocks and mixed? 1, 2, stop. Maybe it's not, maybe it's aged and mixed. I want to see if I can do this by memory. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aged mixed. 1, 2, stop. There we go. A French Weaver. Serve. Here.
Bubbly, bubbly! Hey, Joe, this might seem a bit random, but
what was that sound? The better sound.
This might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, she was in her little robot suit, and I was like, I don't know what voice to give you because I can't tell if you're male or female, but I'm gonna give you a female voice because I think you're female. And yeah, you're the second white knight I've served. Who was the first? I remember. Why?
Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with the White Knight?
Oh, okay. If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you.
Oh?
She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for her job. At first I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed me her badge and all.
What kind of case was it?
I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I told her I had no idea who she was talking about. I suggested she ask the vending machines outside, and they told her the suspect climbed on them. She got her info and she left. Pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious.
You seem to be pretty good at reading people, Joel. It makes me kind of jealous.
Nah, I'm not good at that. It's just a coincidence that I noticed it.
But you noticed it! I'm not good at reading people. Even if the cue was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it.
Like a certain Kratos Arion. I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. Any particular reason you asked me about that event?
Not really. I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight you've served weird. I mean, really? Just 2?
Weird, I know. I spent most of my life with almost no interactions with white knights until I met you.
Means you've had a nice life, then. That sounded creepier than I thought.
A bit, yeah.
Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill.
Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. I just gotta check to make sure, because, like, hearing that da-da sound kind of made me paranoid. Like, it did... I was just making sure that, like, somehow I didn't, like, accidentally hit, like, a button that caused, like, my Audacity to stop recording or something. That was a little bit of over paranoia. There was... I don't know. I don't trust these things. Like, if you've been recording as long as I have, you learn just not to trust things, because, like... crazy things happen. Like the Scottish plague could happen anytime. I don't want that to happen or anything else that's going to save for slot 3. Day 50, we only have 3 more days. It's crazy. It's now safe to keep playing. I wonder if I left food for 4. That's the thing. That's the thing that she just says when she. Anyway, ready. Oh, it's Dorothy looking kind of bummed out a bit. Okay, I'm here. Jukebox. Dorothy. You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking.
Honey! You want something? The usual, I guess. Usual,
The usual, what did she get? What is her usual? Crap. Okay, let's go through all the drinks. Let's see, let's go with Bad Touch first. Now we got Bad Blood, no. Not a beer. I know she liked the Bleeding Jane. That's not it. Blue Fairy, Brantini, Cobalt Velvet, Crevice Spike, Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver, I can't remember, Frothy Water, Grizzly Temple, Gut Punch, Mars Blast, Mercury Blast, Moon Blast, Piano Man, Piano Woman, Pile Driver, Sparkle Star, Sugar Rush, Sunshine Cloud, Suplex. Should we get her like a Piano Man or something? Because that always makes her like happy. It's the Piano Man that always makes her happy, right? Or is it a Piano Woman? I think it's a Piano... I can't remember. Let's see. Dorothy's Usual. I'm just Googling this. Dorothy's Usual. Let's see what we get here. Drink that cheers Dorothy up. It's a Bleeding Jane. It's a Piano Woman. Okay, cannot conform what she asks. Okay, does anyone give her she glitches out? My assumption what to give her when she glitches out. My assumption is Piano Woman, but I really don't know. Okay, so Piano Woman. Just making sure. Just making sure. Okay. Let's get back into things. Piano Woman I do not have memorized, actually. The Piano Man I do. I should know because I made it by memory during the cut, and because like Stella wanted something sweet and cold, and I gave her that because it was cold, but I forgot the sweet part. And she's like,
that's not sweet, Jill.
Okay, yeah, I get it, Stella. It's not sweet. All right. Oh, the Piano Woman is actually the exact opposite. Okay, so Piano Man is 2, 3, 5, 5, 3 on the rocks and mixed, but this one is 5, 5, 2, 3, 3 aged and mixed. That's interesting. Okay. So if you memorize one, it's not too hard to memorize the other one. Aged. 1, 2, stop. Piano Woman, serve.
Here. This is nice. Nice. Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey, how do you know it's real? How so? I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm just a simulation? I'm not just a simulation in a computer. And those ponderings brought you to the bar? What? Oh, I'm in the bar? Am I? Dorothy. So you're having a solipsitic crisis of sorts? What? Solipsism, the theory that self is the only...
that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist.
See? That's another thing right there, that word! Solipsism, what does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from?
Well, solus means alone and ips means self.
Yes, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises? And decided, hey, let's make this noise mean this?
It doesn't really... okay.
It doesn't make sense! Words don't make sense! I've been repeating words for a long time and they stopped making sense. Why?
Calm down, that's just semantic insatiation.
Stop making up words, honey! And then there's this counter. How can I be sure the counter's really here?
It is. Please stop tapping it.
Hold on, just making sure. Who came?
Oh, not Kev, okay. So we're gonna make her a piano woman again. So, well, again, it's the exact opposite of the piano man, essentially. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Aged. Mix. 1, 2. Stop. Piano woman, serve. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing you at... I'm this close to throwing this at your face.
Sorry.
So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis?
Since earlier today, I think. I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian.
Mom.
But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just a computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream?
What tells me that you're real?
Eh?
For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. I guess we all have it in different ways. I never exactly had this, had like an existential crisis of any sorts like that. Like, I've pondered that before, but I figure, like, it's a lot better to just, like, it's a lot more mentally okay to just not go into that nihilistic, like, that, you don't want to go there, it's not good. So I just chose not to dwell on those thoughts. Like, for me, though, I think the closest that I've ever had to that is, like, I have this irrational fear of going blind or something. So, like, sometimes when it's, like, night and it's pitch black or something, like, I'll, like, turn on, like, I'll take my phone and, turn on the screen just to say, oh, I can see. It's weird. It's like, that's, like, a terrible thing. Like, because, like, losing your ability to hear is one thing, because, like, at least we have the technology to give you, like, cochlear implants and whatnot, so it's not as bad, right? But losing your ability to see, like, the eyeball, I remember reading, is the second most complicated organ in the entire body. So, we like, the most we've been able to do, I've talked about this before, the most we've been able to do is restore, like, light and whatnot. So, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It's a rational fear that I have. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. Oh.
What did you do to get over it?
Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Reign in the World, one of my favorites. I wonder if that's a real book. Let's look it up. This is probably going to lead to like a spoiler or something. How much do you want to bet, ladies and gentlemen? The Last Reign in the World. A World Conversation Atlas. The Last Rainforest. No, it's not a real book. What happens during Game 7 of the World Series? Oh, this is posted on November 2nd, 2016, just before the Cubs won. They won a year after the prediction for, by Back to the Future. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode.